the jagged cliffs of Norway to the sands of old Dakar, the world is watching closely from a distance near and far. They see a giant waking in a house of glass and gold, with a story full of thunder that is getting rather old. To the student in Vienna or the clerk in Tokyo, there's a rhythm to the madness that the locals never know. They watch a superpower with a chest puffed out in pride, while the basic gears of logic have been cast away aside. It's the greatest land on earth. They hear the vibrant chorus ring, while the schools are falling silent and the church bells sadly swing. The globe is mapped in colors that the students cannot name, yet they're certain that the rest of us are playing at their game. They view the world as a movie with a hero and a foe, where the nuances of history are the first things left to go. 1,000 years of culture, of the language and the art, is reduced to overseas within a frantic narrow heart. The ignorance is curated, a choice they seem to make, to keep the bubble rounded for a fragile ego's sake. They speak of freedom loudly while the chains are painted bright, and mistake the glow of neon for the coming of the light. The hatred simmers quietly, then boils onto the street, directed at the neighbor whom they never cared to meet. Because his skin is different or his accent has a lilt, they build a wall of anger on a foundation of guilt. From the cafes of Paris there's a shrug and then a sigh, to see a nation's wisdom simply wither up and die. They trade their health for profit and their safety for a gun, then wonder why the rest of us are always on the run. They fear the other deeply, though the other is their kin, a cycle of suspicion that they're always trapped within. An empire built on migrants now slams the heavy door, forgetting that their grandfathers were begging on the shore. The news is just a circus where the facts are sacrificed for a headline that is angry and a narrative that's priced. They argue over shadows while the house begins to burn, refusing every lesson that the world has had to learn. In Berlin and in Bogota, they watch the screen in awe at the way the land of justice disregards the spirit's law. They see the poor discarded like the trash upon the curb, while the wealthy live in silence that no protest can disturb. It's a specific kind of blindness, to be loud and yet be wrong, to demand the world's attention with a discord and harsh song. They think that bigger means better and that faster means the best, while failing every metric and every human test. The traveler from Auckland sees the waste upon the plate, the excess and the vanity, the heavy bloated state. They buy what they don't need with the money they don't have, applying digital bandages to a deep and bleeding salve. They mock the tongues of others while they barely master one, and think the work of diplomacy is finished with a gun. A lack of curiosity, a drought of empathy, is the hallmark of the citizen who thinks that he is free. The scientist in Mumbai shakes his head at the debate, where feelings weigh the same as facts when deciding on the state. They treat the planet's fever like a partisan design, and draw the path to ruin in a straight and jagged line. There's a venom in the discourse, a poison in the well, where every disagreement is a ticket straight to hell. They've lost the art of listening, the grace to be corrected, until the very concept of the truth has been rejected. To the elders in Cairo or the youth in Seoul's bright light, the American obsession is a strange and sorry sight. The way they worship idols made of plastic and of greed, while ignoring every basic simple human cry and need. They see the flag as armor, they see the cross as steel, and use them both as weapons to make the quiet kneel. A piety that's hollow and a patriotism blind, leaving every shred of kindness and of logic far behind. The ignorance is dangerous because it wears a smile, and walks the halls of power for a long and weary mile. It thinks it is the master and the ruler of us all, never realizing just how close it is to a total fall. The stupidity is structural, a system built to fail, where the loudest, cruelest voices are the ones that must prevail. It's a tragedy of ego, a comedy of pride, with no one left to steer the ship or turn the rising tide. So the world looks on in pity, and the world looks on in fear, as the messages of reason fall